All right, guys, so now that we have our role and role mapping in place for our admin role and user, now we can start locking down the post methods in order to disable, creating basically for non-admins. So what we're going to do is open up our terminal, and I'm going to Control C out of the application, and we're going to run lb ACL. And so we're going to create access control restrictions for the post route. So we're going to select the model to apply the ACL to. So this is going to be post. Let's select the scope, and it's going to be all methods and properties. The access type is going to be write, and the role is going to be all users. So we're going to disable for all users. So like this, and we're going to explicitly deny access. Now this will prevent users right now. If I run npm start, and I'm going to refresh, and one sec. This looks like it may have created the role again. No, okay. Role mapping. All right, we're good. It looked like it created again. No error role is. Oh, so it did find the role. Okay, so it didn't create it. I thought it looked like it created it. Now we're going to refresh this, and under post we still see these roles or the capabilities here, but when I click try it out, it's going to say authorization required. Now if I, just to make sure I'm logged in and still getting that, let's go to login, and we're going to send email. It's nick@nick.com, and password is going to be test. Let's try it out. I'm going to take this new token and paste it here, and we've got that set, and then back up here to the post of a post, creating a post, and I'm still getting authorization required. So this tells us that we've disabled all write access. However, if I go up to get and run try it out, it should get a blank list, no error message, so we're good to go there. Now, what we're going to have to do is allow admins to basically, create posts. So we've disabled the create methods. Now we're going to re-enable them. So go lb space ACL. We're going to create a new access control. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow admins to create. So we're going to select post again. We're going to say all methods and properties related to write. And now where it's asking what role or who we want to apply this new rule to, we're going to select other. And the role name that this is going to relate to is admin. So go ahead and type all lowercase admin, because that's the name of the role that we created in the server script and the role that is mapped to our admin user, and hit enter. And what we're going to do is explicitly grant access to this user. We're good to go there. Let's try it out. Go ahead and run npm start. And now this has been created, or the application has been started. So first thing, let's unset the token, and then let's try and post to post. So I'm going to write title is my post, and that's all we really need, just something so we can see it has posted. And let's click try it out, and we get authorization required. Perfect. So now we just need to make sure that the admin is still able to. So let's go ahead and click try it out to log in. Copy this access token and click set access token. And now when we jump back up to posts and call the post method with title my post and click try it out, we see that we have succeeded and added the post. So this is one example of an admin now having access to create methods on these. It can also patch objects, whereas all users other than an admin can only access. So it can only get the posts. And so this is going to be essential if you have a database where certain information should only be accessed or modified by a certain role or user. You can add that mapping as we just did, and then lock down the relevant collection, which in this case was posts. Now, another thing is that profile hasn't been locked down at all. So we want to apply a couple rules to this. We want to allow an owner of a profile to be able to modify it, as well as an admin to be able to modify it. So how we're going to do this is we're going to apply, if I were to open up post.json, under ACLs, we'll now see that we have these ACLs added here. You can very easily just, write these out by hand or use the built-in ACL generator. And so what we're going to do is let's go and I guess we'll just use the generator for the sake of consistency here. Going to Control-C out and run lb ACL. And so we're going to attach this ACL to profile. We're going to set it to all methods and properties, matching right. And we're going to say all users explicitly deny access. Done. Now, no user will be able to modify profiles. So let's go ahead and write lb ACL. And we're going to explicitly allow admins first to modify profiles. So let's go ahead and select profile. Let's go all methods and properties related to the right functionality. And we're going to say other. And we're going to type the name of the role, which is admin. And we're going to explicitly grant access. And then one final time, because the owner of a profile may not be an admin, we're going to allow them to edit their profile. So lb space ACL. And we're going to select profile. All methods and properties related to right. The user owning the object is what we're going to select as role, and we are going to explicitly grant access. Now, you might think, well, hey, Nick, we haven't actually looked at how to assign ownership to an object. And that's one of the cool things about loopback is that's built in. So when we set a relation to the user object from a different model, we're tying an owner to it by the property user ID. So if I were to look in profile.json here, we can see relations. We have user set belongs to user ID. So this will automatically, when we create a post, when we create a profile and our user ID is tied to our user object, that immediately becomes ownership. So our user object now owns that instance of the model, I guess. And if we scroll down here in the profile and now look at ACLs, we'll see we have 3. And just to read through them one more time, everyone is denied access to writing to the profile collection. Admins are granted access to write to the profile model, and then the owner of a specific model is given permission to write their object as well. So if they want to patch it, if they want to change their username, or let's say we had first and last name properties in the profile, now an owner will be able to modify that as well. So that's a little bit about locking down our API in terms of roles and role mapping. What I'm going to do is I'll also add another role called editor, and I will allow editors to be able to edit and add posts as well. And so this is going to be kind of a level between the subscriber or the person who only has access to reading posts and the admin who has full control. So this is going to be a new role that we create. And yeah, so let's jump right into that now.